Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is D-Free. Here today in this, we will talk about the new V-Jump scan that came out for Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle and the new LR. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you are new. And there's a few other things that are announced as well, so we're going to try to talk about all of that as well. So again, per normal, huge shout out to the Dokkan Reddit. Huge shout out to Yonko Productions, I Seriously, and Hydros over on Twitter. Make sure you guys check those people out. To begin, we're going to go ahead and start off with the translation that I Seriously put out. He says, the V-Jump has fallen. A new Super Vegeta LR arrives soon on JP. It is advertised as farmable 777 medals to be recovered. A sequel to the history event, the Little Witch's Messenger of Love, is also planned. So let me go ahead and reiterate on this. So he says it's Super Vegeta, but everybody else, from what I've seen, is saying it's just a regular Super Saiyan Vegeta from when he fought against Android 19 right after Goku's heart virus. So this is the Vegeta and all of that stuff. So he's not super. I mean, he looked kind of buff, right? But anyways, nonetheless, this is the Vegeta. And of course, his SSR is over here on the right, training in the gravity chamber. Then there's the TUR. And then it says right there, 777 medals are required. And then he does Dokkan Awaken into a Super Saiyan Vegeta. And the thing about this is him being Extreme Int is interesting. I actually want to pull up the pool for Extreme Int. I also want to pull up Vegeta units just because there are not very many Super Saiyan Vegeta units just in the game. So let me go ahead and go over to the list of characters. And we will type in the character Super Saiyan Vegeta really quick. Like, there are not a lot of Super Saiyan Vegetas, but the good news is, you know, you can farm his base form, and you can also farm the base form of any other Vegeta, if there's even any. There's like a couple, there's a few. Not really any that you would want to farm. Maybe Badman, I don't know. But, yeah, there's not very many. And the funny thing about this is they are all Extreme Int, I believe, or Extreme types. Like, this Vegeta here, I think, is Extreme as well. But he's actually Super, okay. So, moving on, this one's Extreme for sure. And here's his Awakening, Extreme Physical. Because, I mean, at this time, he was, you know, pretty much, what, an anti-hero? Whatever the case is. The GT ones are fine. They don't really count into this. And then this one's going to be Super. So there's not a lot, long story short. So there's that. It's cool to see another one because unlike Super Saiyan Goku, when I do that, we pop up a lot of different options. There's not a lot of the Vegetas. So back to that. So we are getting a Vegeta that apparently is going to be Extreme Int. And I will pull up the Extreme Int pool for that. But anyways, Hydro says Extreme Int, LR, Super Saiyan Vegeta, SSR base form, TUR base form, and LR Super Saiyan. The LR is from when he fought Android 19 and Dr. Gero. So way in the beginning of the Android saga after that time skip. So moving on. We go back over here. If you go to the bottom of this scan, by the way, I didn't really show this. There's some information about these units here. I don't really think we have anything about that yet, but I'm going to go back to that and see if we do while we're here. But at the very, very bottom, we do have information about all these waifu units and Pan. Long story short, these units are getting an awakening. So we'll read that out. Hydros does have a post about that. He says, the heroine cards at Dokkan Awaken will be able to awaken from medals from Ribrianne's event, which the event will also be getting new stages, I believe. The bottom heroine cards will be getting Dokkan Awakens as well come November. So they were getting Dokkan Awakens in November, and they'll be Dokkan Awakening from the STR Ribrianne event. Now, that event isn't something that's always there, but it has come in the past, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Actually, before we do that, let me do the Extreme Int before I forget. And see how well this unit can actually even fit here. He's not he's not gonna fit very well. He's not going to fit very well. I really hope that's a typo error and he's actually Super. But nope, see, even Goresh is saying Extreme LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, which I'm gonna come back to that translation. So that's unfortunate. I mean, it makes sense as far as like that point in the series, but it's not very good for him because, as you see, he's gonna kind of struggle. Probably, it depends. Maybe he'll be another Vegeta with big bad bosses. He's lucky there's another Vegeta here that he can link up with for some of these links. You know, stuff like Super Saiyan doesn't seem like it's really gonna be accessible here. You know, things like that. Legendary power he'll have access to because there are a few LRs in this category or this color group. You know, this guy. There's the cooler that's not showing here right now and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's solid support options. It just kind of gets weird when you have these Boo units. So you're not going to want to run those Boo units. If you're running extreme int, that is. Really, the real speculation is what his category or his leader skill would be, because the last LR that was free to play that came out was Trunks, and if I recall correctly, anyway, and he's not on global yet, so I have to go over to JP. But he actually had access to the future category, the same leader skill that Gohan has, and he had a 3-key and 70% version of it. So if that's any barometer, Vegeta could have, you know, access to maybe enhanced transformation and like a 3-key 70%. Because typically they release these LRs to be in theme with whatever main Dokkan Fest unit is out there. They've been doing that for several months. Like I just said, Trunks came out when Gohan did, and they have the same leader skill, things like that. And then Cell comes out, like on Global right now, for example, Cell's out, and they have all the Android stuff live, and they do that theme-wise. So maybe, maybe not, we'll see. He could have a mono leader skill. He could have something as far as like a leader skill for another older category. Who knows? But we'll see what happens as far as that's concerned. Let's go ahead and bounce back over to Goresh's translations. He says, the new Extreme LR Super Saiyan Vegeta Awakening Saiyan Blood available from Prime Battle during the 3rd of November. So November 3rd, using 777 medals, much like the other Prime Battle events in the past. Middle part of the scan just shows some units that they recommend to use during. Okay, so like I said, I didn't know if we had any info about this, but they're recommending using extreme units. Don't worry about it. Your boy got you. I'll come through with a team build guide. If he's an extreme int unit, I mean, it's not going to be too hard. It's going to be a prime battle, so you can only use units that are farmable. There is still confusion about that. You cannot use your LR Vegito Blue. You cannot. He's not farmable. I mean, he comes from the Baba Shop. That is not applicable. You cannot use that unit. You cannot use any units that come from the Baba Shop or from mission rewards or anything like that. You can only use units that drop on stages. So keep that in mind, like these. So anyways, they're recommending these, a couple of which have the free 100% paths, you know, stuff like that. But like I said, don't worry about it. I'll have a team build guide for you. So let's go back over here. Just shows the units that are recommended to use during the event. During the middle of November, the heroine units shown at the bottom of the page will awaken. The Ribrianne special event will have new stages added to it, which will drop medals that will allow you to Dokkan awaken these units. So the female units at the very, very bottom will finally get awakens and maybe become useful. They weren't like super unuseful. Like, you know, she's a solid debuffer here. Mai was a solid key supporter. 18 was kind of weird because she's like a nuker, I believe. And then Pan was a solid tank. I used some of these units at some points on some of my teams, like, you know, things like that. And Ribrianne's not bad at all, so it's really nice to see her getting an awakening. And maybe with her awakening, she'll turn into Super Ribrianne, so she can actually be used to farm the physical. But anyways, moving on from that, that is pretty much it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited? I know that I'm excited, and I'm still waiting for the next summonable. Because to me, I think the summonable, I've said it a lot, is going to be like a Kid Buu or a Gohan. Preferably a Gohan. Maybe he gets put into the Universe 7 category. By the way, check out that video where I go over yesterday with the STR Gohan used on that category, applied to that team. His category links were updated and changed and stuff like that. Link will be in the description. So hopefully soon, but I'm excited about this. I'm excited to have a new free LR that uses Prime Battle medals. And again, he's going to be an int type. So I think there's one more that we need. We have a tech, an STR, an AGL, and we need a physical. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully soon. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.